Hi, welcome to The Mix, the Teen Center at the San Francisco Public Library. My name is Ileana, and I'm here to be your host for the STEM Challenge Yourself. In this series, we have some of our best librarians sharing some fun and creative experiments and projects that you could do at home. Today's challenge involves just a few ingredients and some exercise. Ready?
Hi everyone, I'm Vinny, and I'm here to lead you through an edible science experiment today using cream. So I will give you step-by-step instructions so you can follow along at home. I'll also explain the science behind what's going on. After the experiment, I'll share some more fun things you can do with the information that we learned today and give you some more resources so you can dive deeper into the science of today's challenge. But first, let's see what materials we'll need. You'll need a jar, so make sure it has a lid. And some cream. And that's it. So let's get started. So step 1. Pour some cream into your jar. Now you want to fill the jar at the very most halfway full. If you do less than half, that might work even better. Step 2, put the lid on your jar very tightly. You want to make sure that no liquid is going to splash out. Okay, and step 3, you want to start shaking. Now shake for as hard and as fast as you can. This step might take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes depending on how big your jar is, how much cream you're using, and how hard you're shaking the jar. Phew, I'm getting tired. Are you? So, you can always ask for some help from your friends and family. This is a great project to work with others and taking turns. Okay, Ileana, if you will, please.
I would love to try. Ooh, both hands. Get a workout. All right, thank you. I'm tired.
All right, my turn again. All right, so as you're shaking, I want you to pay attention to the sound that's coming from the jar. When it's very liquidy, you hear a lot of sloshing sounds, right? But the more you shake, you might hear that sound changing. And every so often, you might want to look at the jar too. What was just a little bit less than half full of cream now definitely looks like it's a lot fuller, right? So keep going until suddenly you won't hear any liquid sounds. So at this point, stop shaking and open the jar. Take a look inside. And ta-da! Congratulations, you have made whipped cream. So this is the same whipped cream that you can put on cakes, you can put on ice cream, or any of your favorite desserts. But don't eat it all just yet. We still have some science left to do with this. So please put on the lid again, very tightly. And keep on shaking. Now, because the fluffy whipped cream is harder to move in the jar than the liquid whipped cream, you're going to have to put a lot of muscle into this. But I believe in you. Don't give up. Can do a little dance.
Maybe if you play your favorite song while this is happening.
As you're shaking, you can start to see that that the jar looks a lot less full now, right? So we're getting there. Keep going. The more you're shaking, you can see here, there's some liquid forming again. So this means you're getting really close. Give it a couple more good shakes just to get all that fat into one big lump. And when you hear that sloshing sound again, give the jar, so open the jar, and when you look inside, you have made butter. So congratulations, this is our second transformation from fluffy whipped cream into smooth, spreadable butter. But what happened here? What's going on? Let me break it down. So milk from cows has a special combination of fats that we just call milk fats, and it's tiny little blobs of fat that's suspended in the rest of the milk liquid. The cream that we were using, the heavy cream, has 36% milk fat. Now, in our first transformation, the liquid cream turned into fluffy whipped cream because of two things that happened when we shook the jar. One is that we mixed a lot of air into the liquid, making a lot of tiny little bubbles. Two, we also smushed together some of the milk fats so that they wrapped around the bubbles, keeping it trapped inside the liquid. Think of it like blowing soap bubbles when they stack up. Now, for our second transformation, the fluffy whipped cream becomes this big lump of butter because the more you shake it, the more you squish the milk fats together into one big lump. So you can imagine or pretend that this sponge is the milk fat that has a lot of liquid and air still inside. And the more you shake it, the more you squish together all those fats until all that's left is the liquid and then the sponge, or the sponge butterball. So, what's next? You can try this experiment with different levels of milk fat too. There's lots of different kinds of milk in your supermarket, so try to pay attention to those percentages on the cartons. And do you think it will be easier or harder with more or less fat? What about plant-based milk? Do you think that will work? So give it a try the next time you're in the grocery store. And of course, the butter that you just made, you can use that for an endless amount of recipes, either with baking or cooking, or even just spreading on some toast. After all, cooking is just chemistry that you can eat, right? But that's all the time that we have for, please remember, if you're going to be doing any kitchen experiments at home, you want to make sure that you do it with a grown-up, and make sure to keep with food safety practices, right? So that's all the time that we have for today. So thank you for watching and keep experimenting. Back to you, Ileana.
Thanks, Vinny. That was great. I love that you're able to create not one, but two things out of just your body strength and one ingredient. For more tips and tricks and food science challenges, be sure to check out sfpl.org and make sure you're still experimenting. Stay STEM-tastic.